I'm going to show you how to add different pages and pop-ups to your Pretty Dash website. So we've already kind of messed around with the builder, we've added sections, we've added widgets, and we've gone through the different areas that you can access in your Pretty Dashboard. But today we're going to talk about how to add different pages and pop-ups to your website. So in order to access the page dashboard, just go over here and click pages, and you can see all the different pages that you've populated if you chose a theme. And then you can also add pop-ups from here. So we'll go ahead and go through and I'll show you the different page types that you can add. So to add a new page, we'll go up here and click Add New. Now you can see all the different page types that you can have. You can have a regular just page like the one we're on. You can have your store, you can add your blog, you can add your portfolio pages, and you can add a pop-up. Now, a page group is just essentially a section, so it's going to organize different areas so you can keep your pages separate and organized just for yourself. That's not something that your customers will see. So in this tutorial, we'll go ahead and choose just a regular page. Now you can go ahead and use pre-populated pages that have already been made for you, or you can choose an empty page. So let's just go ahead and choose a template one first. So we'll go ahead and pick this services template. You can preview it if you want to, just so you can see what it's going to look like, and then you can select it. So we'll go ahead and enter a page name. So we'll say service page, just because we picked a service template. And you can see this is the template you chose here, and it's going to be added to your page group, which is essentially just that section that you created. So if you had other sections, you could add it to a different group. And then you can also give page access to people. So you could keep this public, you can make it password protected, or you can make it members only. And we have videos about how you create a members only experience for your customers. So you can also alternatively use a different header for this page. So if you didn't want the same header that your home page has, you could create an entirely custom header for each page. You can also change the SEO info, aka search engine optimization, so you can be found on Google and other search engines. So we'll add that page now. So as you can see, it populated for you. And I'll just show you one other quick little thing here. You can add a new page and just use an empty one and type out all this information, and you'll just have a blank page that you can create from. And one thing I wanted to show you in the global styling section, global styling is going to be for your whole website, but when you are on a page, you can go over here to page styling and change the background image and the background color for that specific page. So instead of it taking on white like you specified in the main global styling colors to take your whole website to take on white, you can go by individual page and change the background color. So you don't have to go through and change every section if you don't want to. So let's say you really love this page and you are obsessed with it and you want to use the same layout for another page. All you have to do to duplicate it is click here on the little gear icon and click duplicate, and we will have a similar page, and you just have to go in and edit the settings so you have the URLs different instead of it, because it'll say copy. And you can just change all that information, the SEO information again, and you can have a duplicate page that looks similar, but you can change all the wording and everything and not have to worry about having to build out a page every single time. And one more thing under pages is system pages. Now these are just going to be your default pages for things like when your page is not found. This will be what that looks like. You can have a page protected, which is when you have a password for your website. So for example, it would just look like this. This is what would happen if you made your page password protected. They would have to enter that password, and you can make it look however you want it to look. So there's a few other system pages like your store checkout. You can access the design for your store pages from your actual store section, but you can also access them here. So if you had, your default, this is your default product page, this is what it would look like. You can go ahead in there and edit everything about that if you want to and change all of that. And you can add more sections above or below it, or however you want to do this. You can make it look exactly how you want. So those are just system pages, just default pages that show up automatically that you can also change. So if you wanted to change how your login looked, you could also do that. All right, now that we understand pages, let's head over back to the page section and look at pop-ups. So pop-ups are built similar to pages and similar to how you build out your website in general. So let's go ahead and create a new pop-up. Now, as always, you can choose from pre-done pages for you already, or you can choose an empty pop-up. So this is what the pop-up looks like when you first choose one. So we're going to go ahead and go through the settings a little bit so you understand what's going on. So in the pop-up settings, you can change the position. So you could have it in the corner, you could have it in another corner, you could take the whole page, you could have it up at the top, and you can have it up at the bottom, however you want to do that. So you can change the name of the pop-up here. So let's just say, Masterclass Pop-Up. This is more just for organization for you. You can also change the options for how you want it to show. So you could have it show after a certain amount of time on the page. So after they've been on the page for a minute, it could pop up, or even after 9 seconds, however you want to do that. You could have it on the page scroll. So once they make it 50% down the page, it'll pop up. You could have it show when they're about to exit the page. So when their mouse starts to go up to click out of the page, it'll pop up. And you can also have it show on mobile devices, which you probably want to check so you make sure that it does show on mobile. You can also choose that once they've closed the pop-up to maybe not show it anymore. You could have it not show while they're in this one browsing session, but if they come back to this page, it'll show them again. Or you could show it on the next page visit for sure by clicking that one. You can also choose the animation for how it shows up. If you want it to fade in, you want it to flip, however you want that to look. You also can specify which page this is shown on. So just because we're on the home page doesn't mean that since we created this pop-up that it's going to show on the home page. You have to specify which one you want, and then it'll take on those settings that you just specified for, if you scroll through 50%, on the book appointment page, it will show. So you choose here which page you want it to show on. You can also, first you always want to save, but you can also go ahead and go in here and change some of the color settings and layout settings. So you could make it so there's a little image up here. So when you choose one of these and then you hover over the image, you can change the background. So we could add in a cute little image at the top there, and you can change that as you want and make it fit how you want. But you can also just leave it without an image on it, and you can just put an image into the actual pop-up. You can change the pop-up background color. You can change the overlay color, which is this background color. So we could do this where it could completely cover the page, or you could have it just really light so it kind of keeps everything in focus. And you can change the close button color. So if you wanted that to be a different color, you could change that. You can also change the padding size, which is just the margins essentially. Now, it's built just the same as a page or any other thing in your website. So you can easily just drag the widgets onto your pop-up and build it out exactly how you want it to be. You can also change the size of it by just dragging and dropping. So to be able to access your pop-up, just head back over to the Pages section and click Pop-ups, and you can click on whichever pop-up you want, change the settings so you make sure it shows on whichever page you want it to show on. So that's how you build pages and pop-ups on Pretty Dashboard. I hope this helped you, and if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out at hello@prettydash.co. Bye!